Hey guys, this is Justin with Presidium Edge, and today I want to talk about a multi-person attack scenario with emphasis on being unarmed. Now, I don't know if you guys know this about me or not, but I am a concealed carry holder. I do prefer to be armed everywhere I go with at least, my sidearm, a couple knives, some medical equipment, just in my everyday carry gear, but that's another video for another day. So this video is going to focus on being unarmed in a multi-person confrontation. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and things to do, things to think about, just to get yourself home safely in that kind of scenario. And guys that do, if you do prefer to be armed like I do, this can give you another way to think about it, some more things to do, some more advantages, because in a scenario like this, you can't really go wrong having more advantages working for you at any given time. I tried to do this video in one part, and the content was just way too long. It was literally like a 20-minute video when I got it all boiled down. So I'm going to cut it up into two, and this is going to be part one. Just me setting the scenario, giving you your key points for success. We're going to go over, things like situational awareness, knowing your exits, being dynamic, and how to do all of those things, some examples. But this is going to be part one of this video, so stick around for part two. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thanks for watching. So, rule number one when it comes to any attacker scenario, not just a multi-attacker, not just one, but any life-threatening attack, is situational awareness. And I can't stress that enough. What do I mean by that? Well, you're at the store. Stay off your cell phone. Limit your distractions. Make sure you are aware of what's going on around you at all times. That is probably what's going to save your life more than anything else that we go over in this video. Be aware of your surroundings. If you have children, like I do, I would advise you to go out with someone else who can be an extra set of eyes so that you can focus on taking care of your child and they can focus on better watching your surroundings. You should still watch your surroundings too, but they can better focus because they're not focused on another child. Whether that be your wife or partner or just a friend or anybody really that you trust. That's in your circle. I wouldn't just walk up to some Joe Schmo and say, hey, you want to go grocery shopping with me? I'm not saying that at all. Somebody you trust in your circle, whoever that may be. So that's situational awareness. Just stay off your cell phone, limit distractions, be aware of where you are. So the next rung of this ladder would be, after situational awareness, we have knowing your exit, or as I guess, a lot of you see on Facebook, exit strategy. Those are actually some guys doing some bracelets with some really cool illegal detainment features to get yourself out of situations, but this is not a plug for them. Know your exits. When confronted with a life-threatening event, especially being unarmed, your chances of fighting and making it out of that situation are extremely, extremely small. So it is much better, especially if you have your family with you or somebody close to you don't want getting hurt, rather than staying and fighting. It's getting your butt out of harm's way. So know where your exits are. Know where the emergency exits are wherever you go. Know where there's places where you can make an opening. And I mean make an opening if you have to. Whether it be with your car or you and a bunch of other people. If you got to get out and you got to get out now, get out. Know where your exits are. Know where you can make exits. Know how you can maneuver to escape danger. Just generally know your exits. So the last part, before we get to the actual video of the multi-attacker scenario, I know you guys are probably like, ah, just stop talking, just show us already. But it's really important. The last key part right here, we've got what? Knowing your exits, situational awareness first, then knowing your exits, and then we've got being dynamic. Now, what do I mean by being dynamic? Using things that you have at your availability everywhere you go, in your daily routine, on your body, to give yourself an edge in a confrontation like that. Now, I'm not going to say, it's going to save your life, but it's going to help. Being dynamic is something that I'm really, really passionate about, because there are so many things we can do that we can use to help ourselves in these situations that are around us every day, and most people don't know what they are or what they look like. So before we get to the video, let me show you a few examples of that. So the first example in being dynamic, if any of you guys or gals out there wear hats, like my trusty tap-out hat here, you might be thinking, okay, dude's got a hat, he's talking about being dynamic, I don't really know where he's going. Well, trust me, it works. When faced with more than one attacker, even if you're faced with one attacker, it just makes the fight easier. When we go about actually manipulating the situation, you can actually use a hat to be very dynamic and give yourself an opening to fight long enough to get the heck out of there. I'll show you what I mean. So we can take this hat, and we can flail him with it. It's a little distracting, hitting yourself in the head with it, right in the eyes, aim for the eyes, man can't see, man can't fight, right? So hitting them with it, is one thing. It stuns them, it throws them off guard. They don't know why you're hitting them with a hat. Their first reaction is going to be to recoil, just for a second, and that's all you really need. Taking the hat here, putting it over their face, just grabbing it and smashing it in their face, just long enough to get out of there. What else you can do if they're wearing a shirt, which, I know some of these dudes that are out here, ganging up on people, they're not always wearing shirts, but if they're wearing a shirt, grab that thing in hockey style, just throw it over their head, just boom, just pull it up and throw it over their head. It'll hunker them down or get them in a bad position. It'll put it over their eyes so they can't see. They're going to be more concerned about fighting that shirt off to see, to get back up to hurt you, than they are actually hurting you. And that's all you need. All you're trying to generate by being dynamic is that 1 to 2 seconds of an opening or an advantage against 2 to 3 guys at the same time to create an advantage enough so you can leave. Okay, so you're probably thinking, okay, all right, cool. That's all good. That's all great. But what about the other 2 guys, right? Well, that's part of it. Being dynamic is you're not going to stand right in front of these 3 individuals, one here, one here, one here. You're going to move. And when you move, you're going to move in a way that keeps all 3 of them in a straight line. So you should only see one person at a time. Keep moving like that, preferably towards an exit. Keep moving like that. That way only one person has the availability to attack you at one time. Makes the other 2 have to circle around him again. Once they do that, you're moving right back into position, keeping them all in a straight line, right in front of you. You never want to turn your back on an attacker, ever. Just because you don't have eyes in the back of your head. You can't see what's coming. And it's the one that you don't see coming that gets you. So another way to be dynamic is keys. I'm sure a lot of you have them. House, car, garage, storage area, whatever it is. Keys can be deadly. So take a key, center it right in the middle of your fist, and just start swinging. That little point is enough to pierce human flesh. I've seen this on ballistics gel tests hundreds of times. Just keep swinging, and you're going to puncture your attacker. People don't like being stabbed. They will recoil, which may give you just enough of an opening to leave. Another thing, if you guys carry a carabiner, slide that thing around some knuckles. It acts like just like a set of brass knuckles. Start swinging with that thing. Brass knuckles work. They hurt. They will give you your opening. We've talked about situational awareness. We've talked about knowing your exits. We've talked about how to be dynamic and using that to your advantage in a confrontation. So this was part one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. The next part's going to be me actually going through and live action, real time kind of thing, demonstrating on how to do this. So hope you liked the video today. If you did, please like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And stay tuned for part two. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching. Again, this is Justin with Presidium Edge. Have a good day.